Exciting is number 13, West Virginia is going at number 17, Texas. Now, we thought this would be even bigger because Texas, we didn't even talk about them. They go to Oklahoma State last week, and it wasn't good. It wasn't good at all. They got beat, and it's the 8th meeting for these two. Goes back to 1956, and West Virginia has a 4-3 lead. But West Virginia is not out of the Big 12 race. They got one loss, and they got to keep winning, but they've got Texas. And then, after that, they got Oklahoma State, and then they've got Oklahoma, whereas Texas is going to go to Texas Tech, then Iowa State. Oh, by the way, a little giant killer there. So West Virginia put a beat down on Baylor. Texas barely beat Baylor. We'll see how this is going to go. Mark, talk about things in Austin, Texas.
Well, if you put Texas's schedule on a curve, they lose to Maryland at the beginning of the season, then it goes up, and they win a bunch of games. Then the last couple of weeks it's going back down. They struggle against Baylor, which is a team that West Virginia just blew out. And then if you look at last week at Oklahoma State, they get beat. This is a team defensively that can't stop the long ball. And defensively, they're going to see a lot of it in this game with Will Grier. If you look at West Virginia offensively, they have not one, not two, but 3 wide receivers with 500 yards or more receiving. That's going to be the killer in this game. It's going to be up to the offensive line of West Virginia to protect Will Grier long enough to throw the ball vertically. You've got David Sills, Marcus Sims, Gary Jennings Jr. at wide receiver. Those are all 3 tall wide receivers that can go vertical with a football, that can stretch the defense. And for Texas, when they play offenses like this, they definitely struggle because they found out last week against Oklahoma State, this is a more potent offense at West Virginia than Oklahoma State have. I think Texas goes down in this game. West Virginia wins at 37-30 because of West Virginia's offense. Texas is playing extremely well on defense, but West Virginia's offense is lights out, Coach.
I believe that you watch the games on Saturday, but some of your logic leads me to believe maybe you don't, because let's look at Oklahoma State, Mark. 31 points the first half. How many did they get the second half? Well, actually, what happened was Texas shut them down. Matter of fact, Texas would have won that football game had the quarterback not kept the ball on 2 different occasions, one to score the go-ahead touchdown and the other one to pick up a critical first down. I think Texas is a very, very good football team. Yeah, they did not play very well last week. They have to win this game to have a rematch against Oklahoma. And I know that the 2 teams going to be in the final is going to be Oklahoma and it's going to be West Virginia, it's going to be Texas. I personally believe it's going to be Texas. We're going to have a reenactment of the shootout, the Red River rivalry. I look for Texas to win the game 31-30. Everything you say about West Virginia, I agree. And Texas does have trouble playing the deep ball, Mark, and the reason is because of the technique they use. Instead of pinning the receiver on the sideline playing the ball, they wait for the receiver, then they try to knock it out of his hands when they can, and that constantly leads to pass interference calls. So despite that, I think that Texas, an earlier quarterback, will run the football that's at home, and there's a big difference when you're playing at home than when you're playing on the road. Texas to win the game 31-30.
I always like your logic about Texas played great in the second half and Oklahoma State put up 31 points in the first half. How many quarters in a football game?
I don't remember, Mike,
I think there's 4, but at the end of the game, what's the scoreboard say?
I agree. Okay, we'll see what happens in this, Mark. But I want to tell you, you have to look that Texas was not ready to play that football game. Whatever they were doing on defense, they made the adjustment. They shut them out basically the second half. They dominated the game. When you look at what Texas did the second half, you think this game's over. It wasn't. Texas is a very, very good football team. They're very well coached. They have a good offensive line, a good defensive line. I worry about their secondary playing the ball in the air, but being at home, Texas will find a way to win this football game. The spirit is back, the pride's back at Texas, and they will prevail. I hate to say that against the state I was born in. I cheer for West Virginia, but I got to be honest, Mark. My grandson played at Texas.
Well, Coach, my mother-in-law just showed up at my house, so there ain't no way I'm pulling against the Mountaineers. Plus, they have the #1 scoring defense in the Big 12.